Welcome to the channel, I'm GP Crypto, and in this video, we're gonna go over an update of the Moonbeam ecosystem, the Moonbeam price action over the last few months, and also how you can stake Moonbeam yourself so you can start earning some passive income and rewards by staking Moonbeam. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so I hope that you are navigating these turbulent times in the market. I know it hasn't been pleasant over the last few months, actually the entire 2022, if we gotta be honest. Yes, we were seeing a relief rally, but from my personal opinion, from my personal standpoint, I don't believe that we have hit the bottom, because there are a lot of macro economic factors that makes me think that we're not there yet, right? So I personally DCA'd a little bit into Moonbeam itself when it was around like 58 cents, around this time last month in the middle of July. But in terms of like spot buys, that's the only thing that I added to my portfolio. Yes, I did do some day trades for sure to exploit some price action, but I've not added anything on my spot account. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at what Moonbeam has done, right? So, you know, we had this bear flag right here that was broken, and then we had the collapse here in the middle of June, and then we had another formation of this bear flag right here, and since then we had a little bit of recovery from the bottom right here, and you know, it's about and if you would have bought the bottom here around like 54 cents right now, you will be sitting actually today's price, you will be sitting around 40% gain. Okay, so but you also have to consider when you do this type of buys that the downside can also be considerable, right? So that's where, you know, Moonbeam it is at the moment from a technical, from a TA standpoint. To be honest with you, my heavy buys, they will be between the 30 and 20 cents, because I do believe that we will reach that price range between 30 and 20 cents, and that's where I'm gonna heavily buy into Moonbeam, because I do believe as a project in the long term, I do believe the cross-chain capability that Polkadot has and what the Moonbeam ecosystem is offering currently, it's definitely gonna be one of the major narratives in the next bull run, okay? So right now it's trading around 76 cents, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, for me at the moment it's just a waiting game, and I already made my spot buys for Moonbeam just lightly when we reached like the 50 cents level, and that's it. I mean, I do foresee this going a little bit lower and reaching the 30 and 20 cents zone. Okay, so right now let's go and take a look at what's happening in the Moonbeam ecosystem, right? Because there's been a lot of buzz around of what apps are building, all the other chains that are starting to use Moonbeam, and that's what gives an ecosystem value. Okay, so first of all, are there any projects that are building underneath? Is the ecosystem itself offering grants and money to actually help those projects develop? Okay, because yes, you can have a great idea, but also if you don't have the capital to put a team in place and make sure that those projects, they have the resources to do so, it's going to be a pointless ecosystem, because you need to also help you know, your project they're building on top of your platform, because Moonbeam is a smart contracts platform to help develop, right? And that's what they are currently doing. Okay, so if we take a look at the website, right, you can see that they've opened the grants, right, and they have this grant program where you can actually apply with your own project, and you have to, of course, go through a screening process, and you have to have certain requirements, but they're giving the opportunity for new projects that they want to build on Moonbeam to actually have some help from a financial standpoint. Okay, so this is something that it's very important, and I look closely to this type of events, and also like this type of help that a project gives to sub projects that want to build on top of the ecosystem. All right, so also if you click on here on Moonbeam Network right here, you'll be able to actually see the projects that are currently building in the ecosystem, right? So if you click here on projects, right, you'll be able to see, the different type of projects that are building on top of Moonbeam, right? So we have, for example, right here, Pocket Network, which is a node as a service project, and they're already developing like swaps itself, to eventually swap tokens in the Moonbeam ecosystem. One is Beam Swap, another one is Stella Swap as well, right here, and they do have a lot of projects they are building in this bear market, right? So one strategy that you could use is actually coming here, right, and go on these projects one by one and actually understand what they are about, okay? And look at the team, make sure that they have a solid vision, and they have a product that can be utilized, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I believe that in crypto right now, we're past that stage of having useless projects being built and just people like throwing money at it. I mean, I understand that the bull market create different state of mind and different emotions in people. So and also when the money printer was on, people had more disposable income, and they were actually taking a bet on a lot of shitty projects, right? So it is a good idea to come here, because as you can see, there's quite a few projects that are building on top of Moonbeam, right? And that's what you want to see. You want to see projects building, right? And in order to have those projects running, they will have to stake Moonbeam, which will take the token out of circulation, which in turn can lead to appreciation over time, right? So this is something that you want to take a look. And also understanding that there's a lot of projects that are integrating with Moonbeam because of the cross-chain capability, right? So one big project that has done that is Chainlink, right? Chainlink has integrated with Moonbeam, and that's a huge step towards big project also integrating in Moonbeam and using the interconnectivity and cross-chain compatibility that Moonbeam has, okay? So right now, let's take a look at the staking process, okay? How do you stake if you want to earn passive income? How do you stake, right? So first of all, you will click on app, right? And then it would bring you into this portal, right? So this is the portal where you can basically cross-chain the assets that are available, right? Right now, these are the assets that are available. And also, if you have participated in the crowd loan, you can actually see where your rewards is, how many of you claimed so far, and the estimated pending rewards from the crowd loan, okay? Because when the crowd loan was on, you were able basically to participate in the crowd loan and receive Moonbeam based on the Polkadot that you staked at that time, and then you will get your Polkadot back after 96 weeks as well, right? On top of the Moonbeam. So To be honest, in terms of like the actual reward that was given, it was not worth it, because at the end of the day, with the amount of money that the amount of Polkadot and the amount of money that I had to invest in order to buy Polkadot and then stake it, if I did wait until now and I would have deployed the entire capital just to buy Moonbeam, I would have a lot more than what I currently have, right? Because right now Moonbeam is sitting at 76 cents. Okay, so but I wanted to do this experiment of like staking a little bit of Moonbeam that I have, right? I've staked around 863 Moonbeam, and my collator is basically the node, right, and the validator that I've signed my Moonbeam to, right, in order to have my Moonbeam work for me and earn passive income. Okay, so, and I have assigned to these guys right here, Block Daemon, and I'm also going to explain why in a second. Okay, so right now the current APR, it's around 16 to 17%, right? It varies in terms of like how much Moonbeam has been staked, and right now that's where it's currently sitting. Okay, so let's take a look here at my last staking rewards, right? So so a day ago I received 0.07, 19 hours ago 0.05, 13 hours ago 0.08, 0.06, and 0.05 right here. And I can also see on the scanning, around the subscan, like how much like Moonbeam I am receiving on a daily basis, right? So the last one was 57 minutes ago for 0.05 Moonbeam. Okay, so it is, so far my experience with the delegation has been pretty seamless. Okay, and the way you would manage your delegation would be here, right? You would manage your delegation, and you if you, for example, if I would like take out my Moonbeam, right, I would click on here on bond funds, and then I would add the amount that I want and click send, and then it would basically unbond them from the current staking that it is, right? Also, just bear in mind that it's not immediate, right? There needs to be at least, I think, 28 rounds, right? 28 rounds in order to remove that stake portion of Moonbeam from the network. Okay, so this is something that it's very important if you want to remove your funds. Also, if you want to revoke the delegation completely, just click on the X right here and you'll be able to revoke the delegation. Revoking the delegation means that the funds will get back to you, and if you want, you can assign to another validator. Okay, so here's how, right, you can vet your validators, right? Because you want to make sure that you're not sending your Moonbeam to anyone that just set up a node and they're taking your Moonbeam and potentially they could disappear, right? These guys that could disappear too. There's risk into that, and also there's the disclaimer here about Moonbeam, right? They're not assuming any responsibility. They're not like saying, okay, this is safe. No, they're not, because those are third party. They're offering this as a service. Okay, so if you click here on stakeglimmer.com, right, you will have this page that will tell you a lot of information about the collateral, right? So here's how you can interpret this data, right? So first of all, here's the name, right? And then here you will see the blocks per round, okay? What does that mean? It means that for every round in the network, okay, this collator right here was able to secure 28 blocks, right? On the next round, 20 blocks, right? So, and the theory is that the more blocks per round are produced by the collator, the higher the reward, right? So as you can see right here, these guys right here, they're averaging about 25 blocks per round, and their APR is around 12.8%. These guys right here, they're averaging 27.71, and their APR is 19.8%. Okay, so. But also you can see also the minimum bond that it's higher for these guys versus these other guys right here. Okay, so how you can understand to who you want to delegate your money, right? How will you choose one of those validators? Okay, because as you can see, there's quite a few, right? So first of all, you have to understand this, right? The less backing, right, after unbonding, right, the more the rewards. What does that mean? So here, right, let's say that all the individuals and all the people that have staked under this collator, right, will unbond their tokens, right? That's what is going to remain from this collater, right? 2,843.78 after unbonding, right? So let's say that everyone takes their Moonbeam out, and this node will only run with this 2,800,000 Moonbeams. Okay, so. The risk though is that if there is less backing, right, the higher the reward, if that makes sense. Okay, instead, right, on the other hand, very low backing, right, after unbonding, right, might also increase the risk that the collateral might exit the active set. Right, so it's a very tricky situation, right? Basically, the point is this: the point is that the less backing there's after unbonding, the more the risk, right? So, and you have to understand this, okay? So you have to analyze each one of them and see what's the disparity between the counted backing and the after unbonding. Okay, so this one right here, it's pretty healthy balance, right? So they have 1,897,000, and after unbonding would be 1,848,000. So you can take it a look right here. And you can actually see where those funds are coming from which wallet, and also what's the major staker in this collateral. Okay, so also how you can interpret this. So here you have the collateral backing, right? So meaning that assuming that all currently executable unbonding requests are executed, right? And then here's the collateral backing, assuming all future unbonding requests are executed, right? So as you can see right here, the backing is higher than the actual people that have staked in it, right? So there's less risk of basically getting kind of like rug pull on your staking. Okay, so please also make sure of another thing, right? Take a look at their website, because right here I will never stake with these guys, right? Yes, this is a little bit higher, but I will never stake with them because there's no website. I would take a look at the website and see what the situation is, and is the team transparent? Can you look them on Twitter? Can you look them on LinkedIn? Okay, so if we take a look at the one that I've been staking, so at the moment, right, the current APR they're offering is 12.5%. Okay, and I'm kind of okay with that, and let me tell you why. So if you click right here, the collator backing, right, it's way more extensive than the other ones, right? So and that will help you understand that, okay, there are three, you know, there are over 3 million Moonbeam staked, right? But you can see that the ratio, it's pretty high, right? Let's say that all of these guys, they're going to pull out at some point. The backing here, it's pretty high. So that's why I went with Black Diamond, okay? So also you can see right here where it will actually tell you like the one on this graph is the most backed, and 64 is the least backed, right? And above 64, it's out of the active set, assuming all unbundling requests are executed, right? So as you can see, this is a healthy node, right? This is a healthy validator, and there is a lot of backing, and you know that makes sure that you won't get like exposed to risky staking and risky validators. Okay, so let's take a look at the one we were looking actually before, right? So if you take a look right here, see it's 3. It's not too bad, but it's not 1, right? Meaning there is some more inherent risk on this, right? So let's take a look at this, high stakes. Look at that, 39. That's a kind of a higher risk staking, because look, yes, they're offering 20%, but they are 50% are not backed. What does that mean? That if in the event, right, that all the owners of the Moonbeam, right, token will pull out at the same time, they won't have enough backing, right? So it's something that you need to take into consideration. And also when you don't have enough backing, like you basically are not going to execute those transactions, and the node pretty much will stop, right? So that's something that it's very risky to be involved with, right? So here's what I did, right? I went and I looked at their website. Where are they? So I clicked on here, right? I understood what they are, right? They're actually offering like nodes and validators for a lot of different chains, and also they have a pretty transparent team. I went to Twitter, I analyzed their LinkedIn, and I decided to go with them. Yes, they might offer like less APR, but I'm more comfortable having them a system that is solid with a lot of backing, rather than putting them into validators that are way riskier. Okay, so let's take a look at this one right here. Okay, look at this one. Let me go back here. Okay, so this one, where is it? I lost it. Right here, this validator right here, 23% APR, but it's basically 64. It's the least backed, right? So the collator here is not backing anything. Okay, so it's basically they set up pretty much the node, right? And they set up the validator, and then I believe that they pulled out their their initial setup of the node itself, and they're now having this other stakers kind of like keeping this alive. Okay, so it's not, I definitely don't feel comfortable with this. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. And also, please, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It will support the channel and also will help the YouTube algorithm to show this video to more and more people. Also, let me know in the comments below if you are planning to stake your Moonbeam, and also what do you think about Moonbeam so far, and whether or not you have bought during this bear market. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next.